Welcome back! It's been a while since we saw this screen, but yeah, the Season 3 of Starcraft started. And just to celebrate, I decided to play as random. As you know, last season I played as Zerg. It was quite annoying in the beginning, but later it was quite alright. But now, because I read on some forums classic balance issues and crap like that, so I decided to play some random and see what's true about that. So yeah, I advise everybody who thinks about balance to do this, because you will see that things that actually seem easy to do if you are playing on the other side are really hard to do. And if you play a different race, or if you play all of them, you can actually find out what mental effect your attacks have on the enemy and your strategies have on the enemy. So as you can see, let's start with this one. Yeah, we shall go with faster ×2, and we shall go with Reaper Cam. Reaper is my enemy. I play in this game I play Protoss. It was random, and this is actually my first Protoss game. I wouldn't want to say ever, but first multiplayer Protoss game. So what's he doing? He's going crazy. His camera is all over the place. But yeah, we on the left you have the units tab. As you can see, we are quite the same. And just you will just see how he reacted on what he saw while scouting. Yeah, he saw me throw down a cyber core or a gateway, I'm not really sure. He just saw something. At this point in the game, he just thinks I'm going one gate or something. What you will see is kind of a mind trick and microcontrol, which is very important in this game, in this matchup. Protoss as a race, they have the easiest macro. Completely the easiest macro, and all the victories are based on, or should be based on your army microcontrol, which is actually the only reason why I won this game. Spoiler alert! But as you know, I usually upload games that I actually win. It's not to make myself seem better, but it's just because when I lose, it's usually due to some stupid thing, and you can't learn anything from that. Wait a second. The sound seems to be quite loud, or I seem to be talking silently. Master volume 5% should be more than enough. Let's continue, let's go to Reaper Cam. So yeah, he put down a proxy pylon in front of my base. He doesn't know anything, he didn't scout anything at this point. He just builds one gateway, okay, 2 gateways, cyber core, and some pylons. This is starting to be just a macro game. It won't be, you will see. So yeah, I am 2 supply ahead, that's because I have a Zealot, and 1 more drone. Probe. Yes, drone. I will call everything drones. So yeah, now he's got 2 gates, he starts with Stalkers for some map control. Why not? That's great. I made the Zealot only because I had more money than I could even use at that point. Because if you're not walling off, there is actually no reason to build the Zealot first. So yeah, what's he doing bad? What's he doing incorrectly? Well, no. Yeah, he scouted 4 gateways. And he now thinks, oh my god, 4 gate is coming, and I was droning. Substitute for probing. And he was spending all his chrono boost on drones, while I was spending my chrono boost on cybercore on warp gate research. It is really better to do warp gate research. But he has a proxy pylon near my base. Thanks to the warp gate, I didn't spend as much money on drones, probes. Yeah, he sent another scout in my base that probably died. But what's different is that I didn't actually mean to do a 4 gate. I misclicked and I built one gate by mistake. I meant to do 3 gate robo expansion. Well, then I built 4 gates, and I said to myself, well, why not? You will use those anyway, and if you need a good warp in, good defensive warp in, you can use them. You don't need the production of 4 gates. You just need the 4th gateway, in case you are totally screwed. And now he thinks 4 gate is coming, and he wants to catch me before I can warp enough units. As you can see, he has 8 stalkers. I have 2 zealots and 4 stalkers. So let's see what happens. Yeah, I just put down the expansion. I managed to cancel it in time. Unfortunately, I forgot about the pylon. So I now have money for my 4 gate warp ins. He's waiting for another cycle. Why not? It's a good idea. Because he thinks I was... yeah, I need to stop this for a while. He thinks I was 4 gating, and then I was going to expand. Which means he thinks I have a huge drone advantage, which he doesn't. And we should have about the same amount of units, which we don't. As you can see, I have 6 stalkers, 4 zealots, and he's got 12 stalkers. If you are defending, I advise you to make some zealots. Pure stalker army is not so great, and you will see why. So yeah, he pushes up the ramp, and zealots start doing their job. Zealots do immense amounts of damage. They do far more damage than stalkers. Far more DPS. And when he pushed down the ramp, he received the damage. And now he needs to micro the units, because he thinks stalkers are the danger, because stalkers attack, and yeah, zealots are just... he doesn't care about zealots. The big deal is that because he focuses on the stalkers, zealots can do their job, and their job is bloodshed. Zealots are extremely strong. So yeah, it's really good to always have mixed army. So let's continue. He saw I didn't expand, so he knows I'm ready for another attack. He's got quite a lot of money unspent. And now he's surprised, because I went down and I tried to find the proxy pylon, and he for some reason, I don't know why, he tried to pull back. Oh yeah, he tried to pull back and check out his base. Oh yeah. And now this is where you need to micro the units, because if I didn't, those zealots would have raped everything I had. But once I did, those zealots are not a danger. This is what he should have done, and this is what Protoss is all about. It's not about super hard macro. It's not about anything. It's about unit control in combat. That's what I can say from my experiences as a Zerg against Protoss, and now as me playing as Protoss. Yeah, macro is really easy. Really easy. If you're going for gateway units, it's super easy to macro as a Protoss. So yeah, now he lost everything and he expands. Why not? He thinks I'm behind on drones, which I should be if I try to do a 4 gate and then expand from it, but I didn't. So the result is that we have the similar amount of drones. But the difference is, yeah, for some reason, I have to say this, for some reason, he tried to build, he had 4 gateways, he tried to build 3 more. even if you are on 2 bases, don't bother making too many gateways before your second base is fully operational. By doing this, he just spent about one more warp in of units on gateways he will not be able to use for next 2 or 3 minutes. So yeah, that's too many gateways. He should have stayed on 4 gates. 4 gates are good. And now he starts to build a Dark Shrine. I didn't know about this at the time, so it's quite fun. But I built a Robo, and one small trick for Protoss players. If you have an observer, set it to patrol. Between 2 places, because if the observer is on one spot and your opponent has good eyes, he can see the shimmer and then he can destroy it. If the observer is patrolling, you have almost the same chance of spotting anything the enemy can throw at you, and he will not be able to see it. Let's go to Reaper Cam again. So yeah, he now thinks Dark Templar are the way to break this. Why not? The problem is I have expanded earlier, and I have saved my chrono boost on drones, and while he was on one base, he was still building drones, probes. You should say, why not? It's a good idea. No, it's not. If you are in combat situation, in mirror matchup, you need your army, because the matchup will be decided by 1 unit, probably. So this is why I wasn't building more probes while I was under attack. This is kind of Zerg mentality, but it's good. And I had my chrono boost saved. And on top of that, if you have one base saturated, which I had, I didn't need to build more drones. Yes, it seems like a good idea to just Maynard the drones to the expansion, but if you, as I said, if you are in the combat situation, it's not as great. So yeah, now I power up, spend all the chrono boost on drones. As you can see, I'm 7 drones ahead right now. I have 2 observers, I know everything. My observers saw the Dark Templar, and I have observer in my base. This is kind of common Protoss mistake, as I saw in some Grandmaster's plays, Grandmaster games, that people have observer in the enemy base, but they don't have observer in their own base, which makes something like DTs kind of dangerous. This wouldn't have mattered because I saw the DTs in the base, but if he had hidden them somewhere, that would be kind of different. But as you can see, he has 7 Dark Templars, 7 Stalkers, 2 Sentries and 3 Zealots. He's pushing into 3 Zealots and 21 Stalkers. Another mistake will happen, and you will see which one very soon. So yeah, he's warping in. I know about his push. I'm warping in units all the time. I'm kind of supply blocked, but well, I'm playing Protoss for the first time since I actually learned the game a bit. So I forgot to mention this. This is bronze level play. This is nothing interesting. This is just bronze level play for bronze people who need to learn something. So yeah. So now the mistake. Yeah, see what he did? You usually don't want to be using force fields unless the enemy is going for short-range units. What he did with these force fields was that he blocked his own Zealots and Dark Templar, and since I had only 3 Zealots and a lot more Stalkers, well, those force fields helped me a lot. So yeah, now he's going for Stalkers, heavy Stalker force, and he expanded to the 3rd. Very good idea, always good idea. He expanded sooner than me, I have to commend him for that. Expansion at that time, great. Unfortunately, we both have very little very small drone count. I have 49 probes, He's got 40. And the big deal is that you don't need to expand if you don't have the drones for that. The workers, the probes, SCVs, doesn't matter. Because if you don't have saturated bases, there is no reason for you to expand, unless you are Zerg. Because expanding as a Zerg is like building a gateway and a nexus for Protoss. Something like that. So now, yeah, I'm not expanding, I keep warping in units, just producing, making probes, upgrading. I don't know what was his upgrade count in the end, but I believe I had +1, +1, +1 on my units. What he's going for now is robotics tech. Why not? Colossi are great. Colossi are really, really good. They have only one weakness. They take forever to set up, because you need thermal lens. They cost a lot of money and a lot of gas, and they take forever to build. So what's the problem with this? Oh yeah, and they are armored units. That's kind of the big deal. What's the best anti-armored unit in the game? Immortal. It is cheaper, it builds faster, and it counters Colossus. It takes very little damage. So while he was building Colossi, all I had to do was build some Immortals, and the Colossi, or almost any Protoss unit, is demolished by that. So yeah, here I attack. And here is something I want to explain. Why I won this fight, even with his warpins. This is quite a good micro trick. You could think that you just A-move with these units, and it will work. It should work. If you A-move, it is a micro battle. But if you A-move with these units, then select 4 or 5, and focus fire them. It won't confuse all your units. If you focus fired with all your units, you would be horribly overkilling them. But if you take only few and focus fire with them, you should be sniping all his units while the combat rages on, while the A-move combat rages on. So you will see how this works. Yeah, see the group of stalkers, just focusing them down and raping his very similar unit count. Raping his unit count with warpins and total destruction. This is kind of a good trick. Important thing is to not focus fire with all of them, because it's overkill. So yeah, I break the pylon, break something. I don't do any damage, almost any damage. I just kill a lot of units. Yeah, as you can see, 2 of his warpins have been already annihilated. He needed 2 of his warpins to destroy a force that was kind of similar in size. On top of that, I'm floating insane amount of minerals. That's just because I can't macro that well, and I don't have the multitasking to macro in battle. But yeah, I'm in much better shape, despite him expanding earlier. And why? Because he doesn't have the drones to saturate the base. So yeah, I saw, because of my, what's it called, observer, I saw some of the robos, so I knew he was going. Well, I suspected he was going Colossi because I saw the robo bay. Yeah, now he got scared of this attack. But yeah, as you can see, I have 15 stalkers and 2 immortals. It cost me much less money than all his army. And he is producing 3 colossi. So let's go to unit count. 2 colossi, 6 stalkers, 3 sentries versus 2 immortals and 15 stalkers. As you can see, the game is almost over, so it's kind of obvious how this will turn out, but why not? in this fight I wanted to micro the Immortals to crush the Colossi. Because Colossi as an armored, if they are focused down by Immortals, it's horrible. Those guys do so much damage. And your enemy can't ignore Immortals because of their damage. But if he does it, if he attacks them, while they have shield, they take only 10 damage. They can tank anything you want. And if you are microing Immortals, if you have them in front and microing them on the expensive units, then all your Stalkers have easy job. So I will just show the everyone cam, and as you can see, he was on 3 bases. One of them saturated, one of them with a lot of empty drone, a lot of not working drones. One of them working quite well. I was on one fully saturated base, probably. One base working really well, and one base just building. Yeah. So as you can see, this game was mainly about micro tricks. These are all the tricks I did as a Zerg. So yeah, I'm using kind of Zerg micro tactics as a Protoss, but as you can see, those worked kind of really well. So yes, so what can you learn from this game? Few micro tricks, and good army composition works really well. So see you next time. I don't know when will that be, because I don't have that much time to play. But yeah, see you next time and bye bye.